Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have an article here talking about some of Ukraine's advancements or military gains, and it seems like they have a little offensive here, or maybe the great offensive started. Let's see what's this all about. This article comes from the Voice of Ukraine from today, July 24th, 2022. This is the title: Ukrainian military gradually advancing in Kherson Oblast, says Zelensky. And we read that the head of state noted that collaborators in the region continue to make bold statements. And I'm quoting, "This day is in some ways similar to all of previous ones. Missile strikes again, heavy fighting in many areas, Donbass, Kharkiv Oblast, shelling again," Zelensky stated. "But the rest of this day shows how we have progressed towards our victory. It will come. First of all, we can talk now about Kherson Oblast. The occupiers tried to gain a foothold there. Their collaborators made various bold statements, which in Russian are called a very apt word, hat throwing. But how did it help them? The armed forces of Ukraine are advancing step by step in the region." So, as of now, we have this fact that the president of Ukraine tells us that they're advancing. So this is the fact that they advance because he says so, and you gotta believe it. But maybe, let's see. Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov, another one, stated on July 10th that President Zelensky ordered the military to deoccupy coastal areas in the country's south. President advisor Oleksiy Arestovich commented that the Russian military command has concentrated up to 15,000 soldiers in Kherson Oblast. These are already depleted battalion tactical groups. The armed forces of Ukraine struck the Antonivsky Bridge in Kherson Oblast on July 19. This bridge is one of the two through which Russia can deploy its troops on the right bank of the Dnieper River in Kherson Oblast. It means deploy forward to advance. So you destroy that so they cannot come. Okay. The Ukraine, but can you advance? So I don't think that's a big, if you destroy that bridge for them not to attack you, how are you going to attack them with your offensive? With boats and all that? You're going landing boats? If so, then I think the Russians can do the same thing. So why did you blow it up? Well, there are many reasons, because they said in another article that I made a video on, the Ukrainians destroyed that, so the Russians that are already crossed, they could not get supplies. But I read another article a minute ago saying that the Russians are building that back. Building back, gonna be hit back. All right, but what are you gonna do? So the Ukrainian military also struck the Darivsky Bridge across the Inhulets River on July 23rd. I think this is the one at the other one above, another 19. While the bridge was a key element in the delivery of Russian troops to Kherson. So again, through the left bank, this strike undercuts their logistics on the right bank, Sergei Klan, advisor of the regional government, say. My statements still stand because of this thing. Yeah. So how are you going to go on the other side through your offensive? You're not going to go. That's what it is. So yes, this offensive that started is provided, the evidence is provided by the president, the handler of Ukraine. That's how I'm going to call these guys. They're just handlers, temporary handlers of this nation in the name of other interests from abroad. So he says here that right, where did he say? But okay, they occupied, tried to gain a foothold, they collaborated, made various bold statements, but how did it help them? How did it help them? The armed forces of Ukraine are advancing step by step in the region. That's the evidence, that's everything you need to know. remember Donald Rumsfeld in the fantastic government of the United States of America under Bush II, because we have Bush the first, Bush the second, and it was attempted at Bush the third. It's like monarchy is here in the land of the free and democracy. And it was Clinton the first. They tried Clinton the second, and they will try definitely Clinton the third. You'll see that. So they are, going like this. And then you have Kennedy, the same thing, right? They tried Kennedy 1, and then they tried Kennedy 2, but poor guys were eliminated by you know who, right? They tell us about mafia and Cuba and Fidel Castro. Let me put my violin. When you don't hear, when you have an investigation in this country, a big event, and they don't find who did it or why, or the perpetrator, and they point to something like outrageous, you should know, or you should at least how should I put it, be almost certain that it was the ones who are conducting the investigation, or the ones that would, if they would find the real ones, they would be, very, very embarrassing for the system and for the country. So yeah, we have Bush the first, Bush the second. So Donald Rumsfeld, to go back to this guy. Remember when he came and he talked, his own video, he talked about where the attacks are of the how do you call them, where the attacks of the Iraqis are, and where their mobile, so-called mobile biolabs, military biolabs with weapons that were creating weapons of mass destruction were. And he said that they're in the north, they're in the south, they're in the east, and they're in the west. All that is like Zelensky saying that in the region. Now you can say, well, they can't tell you the location. Really? Like what? Do you think the Russians are just listening to what Sovietsky, what's his name, Zelensky says? Like they don't have the information where the troops are? Do you think that Zelensky is going to say, yes, and the coordinates are 34 north and the longitude and latitude and this? Do you think he's going to say that? He doesn't even know it. He's just a guy over there who's taken, put in front of the camera. You know what to say. He knows, how to behave, and that's what he does. He's informed in general stuff, and that's the thing, that he makes commands and he tells the generals, and the generals will listen to Zelensky. I do not believe that. The same here. Do you think that these people, generals, if they're in a war, they listen to a career politician who doesn't know the capital of Bangladesh, or doesn't know how many continents are on this planet? They're gonna listen to this guy telling them attack that front, do this. He doesn't know shit. He's gonna listen to these guys and make a decision. He's gonna say what these guys are gonna say. If they don't want to tell him something, they're not gonna tell him something. They want to tell him something wrong to make him say it, they're gonna tell them. And he's gonna say it thinking, yeah, I made a decision. You made a decision based on what we told you. And we told you this, withheld this information, and we provided this. We promoted that. That's how it works. How do you think it works? You go, yes, sir, we're going to tell you exactly how it is. So you can tell me, a general with a big, big fucking ego, what to do. They look down on these politicians. They look at, who the fuck is this weasel? A politician, what the... It tells me what to do? He doesn't know anything about it. That's the way they talk. Do you think they talk differently? Oh, yeah, they listen to President Trump. Oh, yeah, listen to the President Biden. Yeah, well, how do you think we should proceed in Syria? Please be serious about it. So, nevertheless, they're advancing. Zelensky said so. So, you gotta believe it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.